Hey everyone, Kevin here from the Strictly Broken team. We are here with the 16th best ever Weiss Schwarz set review show featuring the fake Grand Order Camelot movie set. I don't know the whole name of the movie because it's extremely long. I'm too lazy to look it up.
Divine Realm of the Round Table Camelot. It's literally right there.
Shut up. With us, we have my usual co-host, Mr. Jason Malik, aka Prince Velvet, from the Strictly Broken team. And with us as well, for our guest of this week, we have Mr. Justin Kitsune-chan. He goes by on Facebook. I don't know what his last name actually is.
Actually Chan, by the way.
Chan.
Justin Chan.
It's like actually my name, okay?
He has a max rare FGO Babylonia deck, and he's looking up to pick up some foils for this FGO Camelot set too. He is a big.
Already started buying Lion Kings.
Yeah, so he's a big.
My wallet hurts.
He's a big whale for FGO,
Fuck it.
but he doesn't have any MP5 characters, so he's a fraud.
Dude, it costs more to NP5 the character than to buy like 3 SPs.
But as you can see, he's a big FGO whale, and he's also played this game for quite a long time now, like over 8 years, he said, if I remember correctly.
Something like that? Yeah.
Yes. Alright, as always, for these shows, we have to give a shout out to our big 2 sponsors. We have Nova TCG, who is sponsoring us. He has all the JP singles, and he wants to let you guys know that he does have all the old Babylonia cards as well as the new FGO Camelot stuff on his website right now. So if you see any cards that interest you here, you can just put them right into your cart. He also wants to let you guys know that for our next review show, Zombieland Sagas, he restocked the playsets for them tonight. So if you missed out on pre-ordering the Zombieland Saga playsets, you can still do so right now.
That's it.
For our other sponsor, we have Weiss Tea Time. They are the team. Well, she's not a team. It is Taya who provides us with these slides so that we are able to do these shows in the first place. So thanks very much to Weiss Tea Time. Make sure to check out her website out because she has all the translations for recent sets and sets that are currently being revealed. So it's always pretty important to check her out.
Singles are up on Nova right now, by the way, so if you see any cool cards you like while we're talking about them, definitely add them to your cart.
And if you're on YouTube, they're up already by
Hey.
the time this gets on YouTube.
Yeah, it's been up. with the speed we upload things to YouTube, yeah, it's already been up.
Alright, before our show, we'll go over our rating system once again. So, we rate each card from a scale of 1 to 5. 1 cards are cards that are pretty bad, actually. You probably don't want to buy them. Probably not worth your time to even look at. So, just ignore them. 2 cards are cards that are niche, or like a 1 to 2 of tech. Or a very generic card that you could probably just throw in your deck just cause. These are cards that are not bad, but not particularly good. In a sense, you know. 3 cards are cards that could be really good and could be a card you want to include all your deck. Or it could just be a card that falls flat. So a 3 is kind of in between a 2 and a 4. We usually denote these cards as test cards, like cards when we have to test to see how they actually perform first in order to dictate how they really are. 4 cards are your generic, your like good staples, cards that you will want to buy for your deck. And 5s are cards that basically defines a set. 5s are cards that makes you want to buy a deck, buy into the FGO Camelot set in the first place. And with that, do we have any last words for Justin and Jason here before we start? Hello?
Hello?
I think my audio just cut out.
Yeah. Alright. Any words, Justin?
Thanks for
Yeah, hi everyone. Hope I don't turn into a meme after this. That's about it.
Okay. It's okay. Your name,
Thanks
your
for
name
having
doesn't-
me.
Your name doesn't go well with the word two.
Yeah. Just not thinking about that.
All right, we have one comment, and one comment's like, "Is this actually getting onto YouTube?" I have you know, I've actually been working on our Strictly Broken YouTube channel, and we have the entire August 2012 Legacy Tournament now up on our YouTube channel, as well as all previous shows that I could still find VODs for, because some of them were before I started taking over content creation on the Strictly Broken team. So some of those episodes are lost. I think the Gochi Usa one is gone now, and the Bang Dream one is gone now. Fortunate for Mr. Randall, and who was the other one? Sam Chairman. Apparently those shows are unfortunately gone. First time chatter, Mr. Aprexy plays YT. Welcome to the chat. Alright. I believe we are ready to go, right?
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Alright, we're starting off with yellow. You want to read the first card to us, Jason?
Yeah. Alright. First card is 3/2 Lion King. She has continuous. If you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, it's got 1k power. Auto, when it attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Chaldea or Camelot character or the 1/0 event below, you'll deal X damage to your opponent, where X equals the level of the character revealed or the card revealed. Right. Auto, and then choose Auto Climax combo. When the choice is placed in your climax area, if it's in the front row, you may heal 1.
Alright, little spoilers for all you guys. This card actually does have a way to bring it out onto the board at level 2. We call these an early play effect. And as well, you may recognize this second effect as something like they call it a Mickey burn or a Mirai Ticket Yo burn. They were pretty popular back in the days, not so much nowadays. But that is the type of burn that we players usually refer to as.
Yeah, so this card is good enough that if you weren't considering this set at all before and you saw this card might make you want to buy into this set. The fact that it has a climax combo along with the Mickey burn effect is just really powerful, and it's on a good climax because it's a choice. Yeah, I'd rate this card a 5 actually, because the more I think about it, the more I want to play this card in both its own deck as well as other decks. Like the 8 standby deck could potentially play this card just for its Mickey burn effect.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 5 right off the bat, boy! We need to stop doing that. It's so bad. It was funny the first few times.
No. Gotta get a new sound effect.
Get a different effect.
This card's sick though. Definitely highlight for me as well for this set, I think. It almost baited me to buy this set, almost. But Hololive robbed me.
Yeah, we're a bit poor, me and Jason, after the
I think it
past
robbed
few
a lot of
sets.
people.
We bought into Hololive and Quintuplets and
I'm
Grisaya.
getting bodied by Zombieland.
Oh my. Alright.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Grisaya
I'm
crippled
done
me a
now.
bit.
Till Tokyo Avengers. So,
Same, I'm done until English Hololive and Tokyo Avengers. Alright, next card.
Alright, next card. 0/0 Lion King. She has continuous. All of your other Knights of the Round Table characters with a marker gain gift. Continuous. All of your Chaldea or Camelot characters get 500 power. Auto. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may look at the top card of your deck. Place it underneath this face down as a marker. And then act. You may send 1 marker underneath this to waiting room. Choose one of your other characters. This turn it gets 1k power. Just as a note, the only Knights of the Round Table characters are in yellow.
Yes, so this card's a global 500. Do note that the first effect doesn't really have any important meaning if you're not used to these. These
Flavor.
are just a flavor card. I personally don't know what the flavor is because I don't play FGO.
No, nor did you watch the movie.
The fourth effect is actually kind of important because there is a way for you to practice more than once. Because for now you can only see it gets 1 marker, but there is a way to give it more markers later on in the game.
Yeah,
Hello?
personally, I think. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys said I'm a little low, but go ahead.
yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. And I think this card sucks. The first effect is like, it's not really an effect that matters at all. Like it's basically one of those flavor text things. So you basically can ignore it. The global is great, but the next two effects being like you can when it's placed from a stage or hand on stage from hand, you can reveal the top card or look at the top card of the deck and put it as a marker. It doesn't like set itself up for reoccurrence. There is the event that we saw earlier that we spoiled, quote unquote, for the first card, but you would probably rather be playing those under other cards, not just a global in the back. So yeah, I'd give this a 1 out of 5. Honestly, not even a card worth your time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Woo.
Unfortunate for this one. I think this one had a pretty nice SR too.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks really pretty.
It looks nice, but yeah.
Alrighty. Next card. 0/0 Agravane. Auto. When this is placed underneath this is when a card is placed underneath this as a marker, send all markers underneath this to the waiting room. Auto. When your other Knight of the Round Table character or this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may look at the top card of your deck. Act. Brainstorm. Pay 1 Restless. Salvage Brainstorm. Oh, I guess that's actually cute. You can you can marker the event and then you don't just waste it.
Alright, as the note in the slide says, do note that this card does have Lion King in its name. It's actually, the full name does translate to Lion King's assistant, Agravane. This is quite important for one card the event we'll see later, which does require you to have a Lion King named card on the board, so he does fulfill that role.
Yeah, so this is just, you know, your typical salvage, like rest self salvage brainstorm. I think the effect to look at the top card of the deck is pretty strong because it ties into setting up your Miki burns. You can like look at the top card, oh, it's not a desirable card, you don't attack with Miki first, or you have some other way to get rid of it, like brainstorming, or like milling. And the fact that it has Lion King in its name, which activates the event, is really good, so I'd give this a 3.
Sick.
I value Scry effects really highly.
Yeah, I mean, people would play a global 5 with a Scry in other sets, so having on your brainstorm is nice.
I remember Bang Dream used to play just a Scry with a global back in the days.
Look, I'm just really happy. I understand why sacking the marker is good. It clicked. You can play it, then you can sack the marker, and then bond to it again. With this card, look at that.
Look at that!
0/0 Gawain and Lion King. Auto. On when it's played from hand to stage, you may discard 1. If you do, choose 1/0 yellow event in your waiting room, add it to hand.
People love events when they're bondable, because otherwise events usually are pretty hard to tutor.
Yeah. I think this is pretty generic though, like other than the fact that the event itself is pretty strong, so I'd just give it a 2.
Okay. Yep. Definitely very fair. Alrighty, next card. 0/0 Tristan. He has auto. When this is placed on stage from hand, you pay the cost, which is clocking 1 card from your hand. If you do, you may search your deck for up to 1 Chaldea or Camelot character, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, and then shuffle your deck afterwards. Also, I guess it's not really known as a Snow Sprite, but that's the original card. And then more commonly, the card seeing play is the Ruijerd from Mushoku that also does this.
Alright, Jason, turn your volume.
Turn it up.
I turned it up
You
for
turned
you
up my
already.
volume.
Yeah, I already did it.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, besides from that,
I can't do anything about it.
This card is quite a nice hand filter. It is costless search, which is not too common in the game.
Yeah, it's costless search, but I just don't like the fact that it's not like plussing, I guess. It's just that the fact that there's like a sort of better searcher in the deck, or in the set that we'll see later on. But given how like putting a card from your hand to clock lets you basically force yourself to level 1 in certain situations, I like that utility, so I'd probably give this, I would just give this a 2 to be honest, because it's just a normal profile.
Yeah, I mean it's a good include card. It's a necessary evil if you really want the clock to level effect. Like, because I don't think this set has a Ricky at all, so.
Neither from the old set either. Feels bad.
Yeah.
There's a salvage Riki.
But that
not
doesn't grab Camelot though.
Oh, it only grabs Chaldea and Babylonia, right?
Yeah, that's the problem with this set. Yeah, I looked it up earlier.
I don't play it anymore.
Yeah, it's the yellow Arish, right?
I don't remember what color it was, but it was just one of the two.
Yeah, I remember the card. I have the foils.
You had the foils.
No, I have the
Oh,
foils.
you
They're in
still
my
have them?
binder.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because they're Irish cards. I kept all the SRs that your local didn't buy.
Well,
Whale.
Alright, next card, 1-0 Gawain. Continuous. If this has a marker underneath it, this card gains the following ability. Continuous. If you have 3 or more cards in clock, this gets 3k power. Continuous. If you have 3 or less cards in clock, this gets 3k power. And then it has auto climax combo. When this attacks, if you have the choice climax in your climax area, choose one level X or lower Chaldea or Camelot character in your waiting room, add it to hand. X is equal to the number of markers you have underneath all characters you control.
that means you can't salvage level 3 unless you have 3 markers, which could be hard sometimes. Other than that, this card could potentially be 9k at some points in the game. Oh.
Whoa!
9k is a pretty big body. 10k with the combo. But yeah,
You stab on somebody.
yeah. Oh, you have a nice standby 1175? 10k.
No, they accidentally hit you to 1-3 and they just crash. Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, the problem with this is that to gain the power either way or both ways, you have to have a marker underneath it. And that means to triple play this combo, you'd have to have 3 of the Gawains, followed by the CX in your hand, followed by 3 of the event, or 3 of the bonder to the event, which requires more cards to grab because it's a ditch bonder. That's your entire hand to basically get the power effect on 3 of these. So I really don't like this combo.
This always has power if you have 3 or less clock. It only needs that for the 3 or more clock power.
Is it? Oh, but
Yeah.
still, it requires like that's a lot of setup to just make it gain some power if you end up at like 1-4 or higher.
Yeah,
So
it also needs the markers for the effect for the combo.
Yeah, I just really don't like the fact that you need to sort of get all the events and all the markers underneath. So I honestly would give this a 1. There's just other better combos to play that you don't even have to consider this one.
Feels bad for Gawain.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
cool guy.
really
though.
unfortunate.
Is he cool?
Cool guy.
I don't know. I haven't watched.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. All the knights are pretty cool. All right, next card, 2-1 Lion King. Continuous. If you are level 2 or higher, this card gains the following ability: Act, pay 2, rest the 0-0 Aggravating Brainstorm and this card to choose one of the 3-2 Lion King climax combo in your hand and place on any slot on the stage. And then has continuous 2k assist to level 3s. And then act, pay 1, rest one of your other characters and this card to choose 1-1-0 event from your waiting room and add it to hand.
We recently started seeing these types of early play profiles. Well, they're not early play themselves, but they basically change specific cards.
The
to
condition.
early play.
It's EP condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw it just in the last set of Hall Live. Other than that, this card also makes the early play you're summoning a 13k body, the Lion King 3-2.
Notably better than that one.
Yeah, I really like this card the more I look at it because it's like the second effect itself, just like 2k assist, and the fact that it doesn't sack itself to early play is really good. And on top of that, if you don't use it to early play, you can actually just use it to grab the event. So it's very versatile on the turns that you're not intending to early play, and then you can continuously loop them or loop the event every turn. So yeah, I'd give this card probably a 4 out of 5. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's definitely a really sick profile. Hall Live's playing the heck out of it, so
yeah. And on top of that, the target that's like the rest 2 specific cards, this and the 0-0 Aggravate. The Aggravate is your brainstorm, so you're likely to play it anyways. And it's the one that gives you top check that feeds into like checking for your 3-2 Lion King, which makes it even better.
True.
Quite a impressive package.
Yeah. It's a really nice package overall.
Right, next card, 3-2 Mordred. Continuous. If your opponent has a level 3 or higher character, this gets -1 level in hand. Continuous. During your turn, if there is another 0-0 Lion King, the global, or 2-1 Lion King, the one we just talked about, in your back row, this gets 4k power. And then has auto. When this is played from hand, heal 1.
So this card is always meant to be played reactively, so you can't proactively play this if your opponent doesn't have their own early play, but it's a good way to answer whatever your opponent summons.
Yeah. And to top it off, it's basically guaranteed to be 13k plus the assist, because you're not going to be playing the 0-0 that's one of the targets, you're going to be playing the 2-1 that's one of the targets. Other than that, it's like a generic, you know, early play healer. Except it has to come out after theirs does. I'd give this a 3, because I think it has potential to kind of run over their early play with its power line of being basically 15k. So yeah.
Okay. Sick. Good job, Mordred. Alright. 0-0 Tristan. Continuous. All of your other Knights of the Round Tables get 500 power. And then auto. Pay 1 when your character trigger check reveals a 2-soul trigger. You pay the cost if you do choose a Knights of the Round Table character in your waiting room and add it to hand. 2-soul trigger support. Let's go.
Yeah, so the set does have a 2-soul combo gimmick going on, and this is one of the benefits to playing it.
Yeah. It's a global, and it has, you know, the trigger check for 2-soul. It's definitely cool in that niche deck, so I'd just give it a 2.
Do note that it only buffs Knights of Round Table, so they only buff the yellow and some red cards.
I think both of the. Wait,
Yeah.
are there any red Knights of the Round
But I
Table?
mean,
I thought they were all yellow.
no, there's some reds. Lancelot.
Oh, are there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Lancelot doesn't Knights of the Round Table. You're right. I guess I lied before.
Bedivere's Knight of History.
Yeah.
Sad.
We'll talk about that after. But that's quite sad that
Sad.
Bedivere not Knights of Round Table.
Yeah. Alright. Next card, 0-0 Tristan. He has auto, pay 1 Digiclimax. If you win this blade on hand from stage, you hit the cost. If you do, salvage a climax. So climax swap. And then auto, when a climax is played in your climax area, choose one of your characters, and this turn it gains the following ability. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may send that character to stock. If you do, put the bottom of your card of your opponent's stock into waiting room.
We did have a climax swap in the last set that is playable in this set. But you probably picked this one up for the trait.
Yeah.
And color.
The trait, yeah, other than the trait, the second effect might come into relevance some of the time. I think it'll be rare that, like, it, you know, it becomes like super effective, but definitely does have those situations where it would, you know, cripple your opponent's turns or the turn after. So I would give this a 3 just because I would, like, depending on the meta, I think it might be very strong, or it might just not do anything at all.
Okay. Next card, 1-0 Agravain. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may choose 1-0-0 Vanilla Lion King in your waiting room, send it to stock.
Whoa.
So it's like the Albuta and ReZero
Yes. So
Vanilla Stalker package.
Alberta and ReZero, the reason why they play it is because they didn't have any other ways to gain stock in their set. Or not that I remember that you want to be playing. But FGL does have some ways to generate stock that maybe Justin can go over.
Yeah, I don't think this combo is the play. We'll see later. We'll show you later in the next, like, later cards that there are other card combos that generate stock. But this just doesn't feel necessary in this deck.
Yeah, rating?
So yeah, I would give this. Yeah, sorry. I would probably give this, I don't know, a 2, because I guess it's niche if you really want to do this sort of package. But I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, if the event was like 1-1, you'd probably play this for sure. And it's free. A lot of cards in this set's free.
I don't think the stock draw is that heavy in this set, or at least that deck.
Alright. Next card, 1-0 Agravain. As auto, when this is played from hand to stage, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put them back on top in any order. And then auto, pay 1, drop 1. When this is placed on stage from hand, pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters, move it to an empty slot in the front row. Or, an empty slot, so you can actually do it backwards as well. And then this turn, this gets 1k power.
Usually you want this to use this card if you're winning board to be able to kill their back rows.
Yeah, this card is actually kind of nice because the first effect lets you stack for your 3/2 Lion Kings, and then the second effect lets you basically run over their Brainstorm if you want the lane last turn. So this card could potentially be really, really strong, and I would just give it a 3. Definitely worth testing out.
Staying. Jason, you right there, bud?
There we go. Yeah, we're good. Alright, next card, 1-1 Mordred. Auto. Discard 1 Gawain Lion King Bonder. when a climax is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row, you pay the cost. If you do, choose a level 2 or lower character in your opponent's front row, send it to waiting room. Then at the end of the turn, send this to waiting room. And then it is a stock Adachi.
Exclamation point Adachi.
Got it.
Yeah, I got it. So if you do play the event package, this ends up being a way to kill 2 of your opponent's cards. Basically, discard 1, pay 1.
Pretty good mileage.
Yeah. I mean, like, at the very worst, it's an Adachi, right? So it's not going to be a terrible card, no matter how it goes. And the first effect could come in handy sometimes. There are, like, definitely going to be explosive turns where you just, like, you know, kill, like, their level 1 standby target, the 2/2s or 2/3s, and then you just go ahead and Adachi the other thing, maybe an early play or something that came out. So yeah, really not a terrible idea. I would definitely play this card at probably, I don't know, 1 or 2, depending on how the rest of the deck builds out. But it's definitely in the consideration of that. So I would give this a 2, because most of the time it's just going to be an Adachi.
Alright, sounds good.
Right. Next card, 0/0. Agravine. Continuous. If this card has a character with Lancelot in its name, this gets 4k power. And then auto, when this is reversed, if the battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may send the card to stock. If you do, put the bottom card of your opponent's stock into the waiting room.
Just the flavor, if you play the mirror match, then you have 4 or 5 wall.
Other than that, it's
this card. The 2 effects conflict, because the first one gives it a crap ton of power, and the second one's like, I'm a stock bomb.
Okay, but like it only gets a bunch of power in the mirror. Okay.
Yeah, it's meant for flavor. That's it.
Yeah.
Fun combos are fun.
Honestly, I think there's just better cards to play than this. I would give this a 1 probably. I wouldn't even consider this. Actually, no, I'll give it a 2 because it's, you know, your standard, basically just standard stock bomb.
Sure.
Is there even any Lancelot card that this card matters to be 4 or 5 against?
No, we'll find out.
I'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Next card, another Mordred. 0/0 Mordred with auto. On play, you may pay 1, drop 1. If you do, choose a Chaldea or Camelot character in your waiting room, add it to hand, then choose one of your Chaldea or Camelot characters that gets 1k power. As Climax combo, this ability can only be activated up to once per turn. When damage dealt by this is cancelled, if you have the 2 Soul CX in your Climax area and you have another Chaldea or Camelot character, you may choose 1 Chaldea or Camelot character from your waiting room and add it to hand. So it's like the Fenric from Disgaea at level 0.
Yeah. Even if you don't want to play the combo, it's still just a drop salvage if you still need it.
Yeah, drop salvage is never a bad idea. But the combo part is definitely one of those cool, your opponent eats a level or you just get to salvage. So I would rate this a 2 because it's just generically a drop salvage. The combo probably isn't really relevant unless you know, play the 2 soul. Don't know if you want to though, so. Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright. 1/0 Gawain. Continuous. If you are level 2 or higher, this gains the following ability. Act, pay 1, send this to waiting room. Choose 1, 2, 3 Gawain in your hand. Place it on stage in any slot. Alright, and then it has auto, resonate, reveal the 1/0 event from your hand. At the start of your climax phase, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose the 2 Chaldea or Camelot characters in your clock. Send them to memory. This turn, this gets 1k power. At the end of your turn, choose 2 characters in your memory, place them on the bottom of your clock in any order.
So the idea of this is that you're able to manipulate your clock to an extent for the 1/0 combo. And then you get big booty out some turn after.
The big booty actually is like not a terrible card, but I'd probably just play that in standby instead. I don't think I would play this card because it's good to manipulate your clock like Kevin said for like the Gawain 1/0 combo, but other than that, it's just not a card that you would probably want to run in combination with a 2/3. So I would give this a 1. It's probably not something you would even bother considering.
Fair. If you heal 1 and they memory kick one of your characters, you have to take 2 damage, by the way.
That's a very good point. That's awful.
Okay.
It's completely niche, but that is there. XD. Alright, next card. 1/0 Lion King. Continuous. If you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot, this gets 2k power. And then it has on play from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Knights of the Round Table character or event, add it to hand and discard 1.
Basically just a 5k booty with a small hand filter if you still need it.
Yeah.
The problem is the hand filter specifies Knights of the Round Table, and
Yeah.
at the moment I'm not sure the deck is pure Knights of the Round Table, so there's going to be a lot of whiff targets. Given that, I don't think a 1k, a 105k body otherwise is, that good, so I'm just gonna give this a 1 because I don't think it's worth your time.
Smooge. Alright.
Yeah, there's other better hand filters in the set, I believe.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next card. 1-0 Mordred. If there's a marker underneath this card, this gets 2k power, and the following ability, pay 1 Twin Drive.
6/5 body,
Very
cross
key Mordred.
turn. Pretty big. Twin drive, pretty useful.
I actually really like this card. I think more than I should because, this is basically one of the things you can just toss a marker under, and then it becomes a 6/5 body with Twin Drive. It's slow.
7/5.
It's
Can't really go wrong with a 6/5 body with Twin Drive, right? So
The event is in 1k
Offensive
too, so it's
Oh yeah, 7-5 offensively.
yeah, 7/5 offensive Twin Drive. Yeah, I like that. I give this a 3. Definitely worth testing.
So going.
nice.
Alright, next card. 2-1 Gawain. This has when you use this card's backup, you may choose one of your battling characters. If you have a Order Camelot character. Okay. This gets 1k power. And give it 1k power, so it's a 3500 backup. He has a big schnozola.
Yeah, look at that sharp boy.
Yeah.
Or that sharp
That's where
3/5
the
backup.
that's where the 1k come from.
Yeah, he headbutts you and stabs you in the face with his nose.
Jesus. Does his other cards have a big nose like that too? I'll look back later.
No, they don't.
We'll think about it. But yeah, generic profile, 2 out of 5. Not much to say.
Alright. Next card. 2-1 Tristan. Has continuous. If there is a marker underneath this gets 2400 power, and the following ability. This cannot lose power due to your opponent's effects. Has climax combo. This can only be activated up to once per turn. When damage dealt by this is cancelled, if you have the 2-soul climax, and you have another Knight to the Round Table, choose one of the 2 following effects and resolve it. You may stock 3 Knights to the Round Table from your waiting room in any order, or choose one of your opponent's level 1 or lower back rows and send it to waiting room.
Yep. 2-soul combo that can just potentially help you compress. So if your opponent is compressed and cancels, then you can compress and cancel back.
Or you can just kill
Or
their
your
stuff.
opponent can just eat 6 or something. Yeah. I think this card is a cool gimmick. I think I'll just give it a 2 because of its niche playability in the 2-soul build. But yeah.
2-soul Fate Go is gonna be revolutionary.
If that actually happens, I'll buy the deck.
I know you will.
It'll be cheap, everything's a common.
No,
Or
wasn't
uncommon.
Mordred a uncommon? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably
Oh,
uncommon.
the deck's not even pop or playable. Sad. Alright. It's the 2-3 Gawain. Continuous for each of your back row. Chaldea or Camelot, this gets 2k power. But it has 3 soul.
Oh,
3 soul is nice.
11k, 3 soul.
Your 3 stock for 3 soul. Easy.
11k, 3 soul. Good standby target, I guess, in the Camelot shell.
But
I'll give it a...
when you're direct attacking, do you want to be direct attacking for 4?
Yeah. I'd give it a 2, honestly. It feels like it could be okay, but more than likely there's probably better standby targets. Still, that being said, this is, something similar to the generic one.
So does Camelot? Do they have access to a generic 2-2? I don't
Yes. We'll go over it
Yes, they do.
remember. Okay. Sick.
We'll see it later, yeah.
later. But the conditions are a
Alright.
bit
Angry boy.
wonky.
Alrighty. Next card.
Does he
Oh,
have a
it's our
big nose?
1-0 event.
He does have-
We can't
Alright,
tell.
1-0 event. If you don't have a character with Lion King in its name, you cannot play this from hand. Choose one of your Knights of the Round Table characters that does not have a marker underneath it. Put this face up underneath it as a marker. This turn, that character gets 1k power. And you look up the top 4 cards of your deck, choose the 1 Chaldea or Camelot character from among them. So to your opponent, add it to hand, send the rest to waiting room.
And that's why having Lion
Camera.
King in its name is very important for Brainstorm Agumon.
Yeah.
Because
It also means that
isn't too many.
you cycle it.
Yeah, there isn't too many Lion King name cards in the set, except for
Yeah.
the level 3 package.
Yeah, it's the level 3, the level 2, the Bonder, the Brainstorm, and the
Agreed.
other really crappy 0-0 that I gave a 1 out of 5. Is there anything else? I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep.
this event's really nice. The whole synergy in the package means that I would give this event a 4.
Yeah, we call these kind of events a camera event, where it's just a 1-0 cost event that lets you check 4. So you get some nice mail, get some hand fixing if you need so. And with the Bonder, you basically have like a what we call an Azusa or a Koski type effect.
Yep. I did not realize that it has to put itself under something as a marker though. So
Only if there's an available target to put it as a marker.
is it? I bet you have to.
There has
anyway.
to be an available target because there has to be something with Lion King in its name.
No, but it can only do one. They can only have a marker once.
Yeah, they can only have
So that's
one
why
marker.
that's why the brainstorm dumping your marker means
Yeah.
that you can just keep tucking it. If you have the brainstorm, you can just keep tucking it under the brainstorm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
But,
sure the second effect is like not connected to the first
Is it?
effect.
I thought
yeah.
it was. Oh, I guess it does.
Yeah.
It doesn't say you can't play this unless
Yeah,
you
with,
do it.
with
But,
how Weiss is, you do as much as you can.
Yeah,
You
so
don't-
you could just end up whiffing the marker, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's not like a cost for you to mark something.
okay,
Yeah,
sounds good.
you gave it 4, right?
Yeah, I give it a 4.
Yes.
I think this
Camera
event's really good.
events. Woo.
Woo! All right, and that is it for yellow. All right, are we ready to start up with the green color?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Start us off, Mr. Leggy Boy.
All right. Shut up. All right. 0-0 Nidocris has act, pay 1, ditch a climax, choose a character in your waiting room, add it to hand. Then act, resonate, pay 1, reveal the 3/2 Ozymandias climax combo from your hand, rest this. Look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 Chaldea or Camelot. From among them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, and then mill the rest.
Resonate Pluser, we see some of these around. We had obviously Bunny Girl Union, no, not Bunny Girl Union, Union from Konosuba, as well as currently we see Kaguya play these type of Resonate cards a lot. Unfortunately, this card does not search for its own Resonate target, but besides from that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and on top of that, the green deck, spoiler alert, tends to kind of build a lot of stock. So having the fact that, and it runs gold bars, as you can see, like with the Aussie combo right there, it's a gold bar behind it, and it lets you basically just discard any additional bars that you wouldn't want to keep in hand. So, fairly strong card. I'd give this a 4 easily.
Nice. Alrighty.
Yeah, that hair is something else. It's like half the art of the card.
Sick.
Wait, what's the
Nidocris
is
are
that
cute.
a hair too in the middle of her face?
Yeah, that's like one strand of hair just.
Alright. 1-0 Sanzang. Continuous. If you have 2 or more Chaldea or Camelot characters, this gets 1k power. Climax combo. Ditch 1. Witness attacks. If you have the bar 6 in the climax area and you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, you can pay the cost. If you do, this card gets 2k power and performs the following effect twice. You look up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 Chaldea or Camelot character from among them, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, send the rest to waiting room. So this card will attack at 8,500 with the climax combo.
So free, huge body, 8,500 power, and it's pretty reminiscent to a card we saw from last set, the 1-0 Mashu combo. What do you think, Justin?
I think this combo's terrible. I easily actually think this is the worst 1-0 plussing combo in this set. Even worse than Gawain, sadly. And the main reason for that is the Mashu from set 1 was ditch 1, look it up to top 4, add 2 characters to hand. I think they were trait restricted as well, but
Yeah.
didn't matter in that set. But basically, this is worse, I think, because looking at only 2 cards gives you a higher chance to whiff. For instance, if your 4 cards were Climax, Event, Character, your first check would whiff, and your second check would only add 1 character, rather than being able to add 2. And on top of that, if you're like 2 of the best cards in those 4 are revealed in the first 2 cards, you only get to choose 1 of them, and then your next 2, basically one of them becomes fluff or fodder or whatever, something to clock. Yeah, the power doesn't really make up for it in my opinion. I would rate this a 1 out of 5, unfortunately.
Poor
1
Sanzang.
star double R. Oh.
All she has got going for her
She
is
just
her big
isn't
power
big
and
enough.
her big Sanzans.
Oh, dear.
Oh god.
Alright. Next card, hopefully less depressing. 3/2 Ozymandias. Continuous. If this has a face-up marker underneath this gets 6k power. And then auto during your turn. If this is placed on stage from hand at the start of your encore phase, you may heal 1. And then climax combo. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, if you have the bar CX in the climax area, you may pay 2 and discard 2 cards. If you do, you will claw kick your opponent's character and then deal 2 damage to your opponent.
We'll see the way to get a marker underneath this card later on in the set. But if it does get a marker, this card's a thick 16k booty, which makes it pretty easy to get the reverse for a combo.
Yeah, I'm a little biased towards this card because it's a healing combo. It's a healing finishing combo that on top of that just ends up being, 16k on the swing with the combo, which is really big. And as we'll see later, the condition of marker isn't too hefty. But the thing I like most about this is the fact that it like swings for 3 or 4, then clock kicks, then deals 2, and that's basically 6 or more potential damage, which I think is really nice, with one of them being guaranteed. So I would give this a 4 out of 5. I really like this combo, even though it requires reverse. But I think it has the tools to get its reverse.
Sounds good.
Alright. Next card, 0/0 Ozymandias. Continuous, all of your other Pharaoh characters. Okay, all of your Pharaoh characters. So does he gain it? Or is it actually all other? No, it's all other. Okay. Gendered improperly. All of your other Pharaoh characters gain the following ability. Clock Encore. And then auto. Discard one card when your character trigger check reveals a climax. If that climax has a gold bar icon, pay the cost. If you do, choose a card from your clock, add it to hand. Put the top card of your deck in a clock. So it's like a mix of the Sakura Brainstorm and the Avenger from Heaven's Feel.
Yes. Well, I mean, the
Very
Avenger
cool.
was not from Heaven's Feel. That was
Well,
from,
it's from
Fate Stay Night.
UBW.
No. It was from Fate Hollow Adoraxia.
Shut up. Oh my
Okay,
God.
there is a Fate.
Literally, it's Avenger, right?
Yeah, shut up. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
We have not seen this level 0 profile, like a level 0 global clock on core in a long time. This
then.
profile does not get printed much at all, for a reason. These type of profiles are extremely strong as being a costless +1. Base makes every card costless +1, so it's probably one of the best cards for the green.
Yeah. And on top of that, it has a really good second effect, not just, like the old Avengers where they had just the effect of the Encore. Like, imagine like it's a banned card that has a good second effect.
True.
Like, what more could you ask for? Easily, this card is a 5 out of 5. This is probably the best card in the green deck.
And the sole reason to play the green deck.
Another 5.
Yeah.
We got a 5!
So please, no more herons, please.
Just stop bringing 5s, dude.
Okay. Anyhow, what do I want to say? Oh yeah, another downside to Sanzang, she is not Pharaoh traded, therefore she does not benefit from Clock Encore, unlike the combo we'll talk about coming up. Sad.
Yeah. Big Satch.
Okay, next card, 0/0 Sanzang. Continuous, if this is a marker underneath it, this gets 2k power. And then auto, when this is placed on stage from hand, you reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Chaldea or Camelot character, you may put this underneath this as a face-up as a marker.
4k wall?
4k wall.
Yeah.
Splashable
I don't know.
green for other decks.
I think this is pretty standard. I'd give this a 2.
Okay.
Do you know we saw this type of profile in set 1 already?
Yeah, it was on an Ishtar.
I think this being green is very relevant, though.
That is fair, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright, 1/0 Nidocris, the card I was just alluding to. This has continuous, if all your other characters are green or Chaldea, this gets 1k power, and the following ability. Pay 1 Twin Drive, then it has Climax combo, on attack with the bar CX, you may choose 1 green or Chaldea character in your waiting room, and send it to stock.
So as we see with the previous cards, there are ways to convert stock to hand, and there's a way to give this Clockroom Core so you can continuous plus top of that.
Yeah. So on top of the the CX combo being a relatively standard stock one on attack thing, the first effect basically means it's always going to be a twin drive at the very minimum, and it's always going to be a 5k. I think that makes it a little bit better than your typical just the regular combo. So I'd give this a 3.
What does twin drive mean for a deck?
Twin drive lets you pay out unknown triggers that you bar.
True.
And finds more bars.
Yeah, cause you can pay out first, and then you can stock charge a clean
Stock
card.
clean.
Yeah. And then you can trigger another
Very
bar,
cool.
Pretty good.
and trigger more bars, and blind stock more bars.
And get more blind.
Ugh,
And then ditch those. And
bars.
fix your clock more and clock more climaxes.
Yeah, you discard a bar so you can grab a character and clock, and then you clock yourself a bar.
And you're like,
At least you can
"Man,
ditch the
I'm so
bars."
good at this game. Alright. Next card, 2/1 Ozymandias has auto alarm. If it's on the top of your clock, if you have 4 more green or Chaldea characters at the start of your climax phase, you may put the top card of your deck into stock. Act. Send the standing character to waiting room. Choose one of your 3/2 Ozymandias. You may put this card underneath it face up as a marker. And then it has act. Rest this. Choose one of your green or Chaldea characters. This turn, it gets 3k power. So it's the Himari alarm. With other
Alarm,
effects.
But quite unfortunate that it has to be standing to become a marker.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it is a good tool to get more stock.
I think the first effect is pretty good. I think the last effect is also, relatively good in boosting the power of something that needs to reverse. But the biggest problem is that you can't boost and then put it underneath as marker, which really, really sucks because that would be, ideal.
Yeah.
But
If
it is what it is.
If they were independent, then you could actually make 2 pretty big Aussies with minimal investment, and that seems that would have been really strong.
Yeah, you could easily make your Aussies 19k on the combo, which would be insane. But 16k is, I guess, good enough.
Or you can make one 12k,
Yeah, you could make one 12k and then one
16k
15k.
before CX.
Is it 16k? I thought it was
It's 15k before CX.
With the CX. Yeah, with the
15K
CX.
before CX. Oh, okay.
And 13k with CX.
Right, you get 6k. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I can read the card. It's right there.
The biggest problem is going to be having to play multiples of these. And then maybe a third one to give something another 3k. Which is rather annoying, I guess.
What?
But I guess this is a card you probably have to play 4 of anyways.
Yeah,
Probably.
as we see other sets the rare sets that does have the Mario alarm, we often see them run as 3 to 4 ofs quite often.
Yeah,
I think this is a 4 of in the
first
deck.
effect is so powerful anyway.
Yeah. I'd give this a 3.
3?
I would have
Alright.
given it a 4 but send the standing card to the waiting room is the problem I'm having with it. So unfortunately, just a 3.
Alright. Next card is 3/2 Nidocris. Continuous. If you have 4 more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, this gets -1 level in hand. Gets 500 for each of your Camelot or Chaldea in the back row. And then on play from hand, you may send the bottom card of your clock to waiting room. So it does not heal off your Adachi or your Himari alarm.
Pretty generic EP healer if you are technically to green.
Yeah. Seems pretty generic for this deck. 2 out of 5. Not much more to say about it.
Okay. 0/0 Nidocris. Has auto. When this is played on stage from hand, you can pay the cost. If you do, discard a climax, which is the cost, to salvage 1 Chaldea or Camelot character. And then it has auto. When this is reversed, you reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 2 or higher, you may return this to hand. So it's a coin flip.
Yeah, so can potentially +1 and then get you multiple hand fixes if so need.
I'm a bit 50-50 on this card. The coin flip effect is nice, but it depends on how you build your deck. If you build it with a lot of 2 or highers to make it an actual coin flip. And the first effect of ditching a climax is also very nice. It's stock. It doesn't cost any stock like the Nidocris Resonate that we saw first did. But also, that being said, this deck generates stock like no tomorrow, so I don't know if this is going to be a necessary card. Given that this card is just an uncommon, it's probably worth picking up a few copies to test, so I'd give this a 3.
All right. Next card, 1-0 Sanzang. Has auto. When this card's battle button is reversed, if you have a climax in your climax area, you may put the top card of your deck into stock.
More stock for a color that already generates a lot of stock, but we'll see another card that supports this.
It's off trade as well. It's not a Pharaoh card.
Yeah.
In the context of the green deck, this card is absolutely unnecessary. Like, I just wouldn't even consider it in the green deck. However, that being said, in another different Camelot deck, this and its supporting card might actually be considerable, because you might want the extra stock in that. So I would give it a 2, I think, for now, just because it's something you might want to consider, but I'm not really sure if it's that good at all.
Okay, sounds good. Next card, was one Ozymandias. It's just a Kakadachi.
Wakadachi.
Do we need to exclamation mark Kadachi again?
I did it again anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to say about it. Generic Clockadachi, 2 out of 5.
For those who don't know
Kadachi.
what Clockadachi does, it just hard removes cards at level 1.
Yeah, the
And
Warden
2.
was a stock
And
Adachi.
3. Okay, maybe not 3, but all right. 2-1 Ozymandias. When these cards back up, you may send X cards from the bottom of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. X equals to the number of Chaldea or Camelot characters. And then it's a 3k backup.
We'll never see a top deck mill anymore. Not since Sunshine.
Rip Sunshine.
Wait, didn't the FGO one mill the top of the deck from set 1, the Gil PR?
You tell me that, I
Or
don't
am I
know.
tripping?
Was it top 3 of your deck or the top 3? It was top 3 of your deck.
Oh,
wasn't
top.
it? It was
Oh,
top 3 of
was
their
it a
deck.
3 mill? It's just your deck usually. It might be your opponent's deck, but
No, it's mill the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck.
okay. So
And
those
send them to the waiting room.
Those kind of exist, but it's like it's not.
It's not 5.
Yeah, it's not milling 5 like
Yeah.
Sunshine does.
True power.
I honestly really like these milling brainstorms because it's
Backups.
Brainstorm.
what am I saying? Backups. My bad. Yeah. Anyways, so I really like these milling backups because they sort of help decompress your opponent's deck sometimes, and in other scenarios, like in some very more niche scenarios, they force your opponent to refresh, and sometimes that screws up their combo. So if they're not careful and you never reveal this card, they might just not know this set has that card. Because of that, even though it's a generic profile, I'm giving this a 3, and that's based on my personal bias because I really like these.
Sometimes it also wins you the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Force them to refresh and suddenly they can't do anything.
Opponent's 3/6 and have 4 cards in deck. Like, yes, I'm safe. I can swing 3 times. Nope.
It's like, all right. Next card, 2-1 Sanzang. Auto. Rest one of your standing Chaldea or Camelot characters when this is placed on stage from hand. You may hit the cost. If you do, search your deck for 2 1-0 stock charge Sanzangs. Place them on the stage in separate slots. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And then it has when a climax is placed in your climax area, choose one of your characters. This turn it gets 2k power.
Yep. For some reason, I actually thought this card was different when I read it. I was like, no way this card is a pay 1+2 for free, basically. Second effect is nice. Basically makes one of your Sanzang 1-0s become 8k on attack when you have CX up.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just rest itself? You
Yes,
can, right?
It can rest
Yes.
itself.
That's so free.
Yeah, it's free +2, but you do have
This
to
card
make.
actually
You do have to make slot
neat.
conventions, selections, whatever it's called, to put more
Yeah.
copies.
And you can't do it till like 2, I guess, unless you play standby or something. But
Yeah.
Let's play from hand.
I don't know.
Hmm?
Let's play from hand.
I would give
oh,
this
it's
a
fun play. Oh,
yeah.
eh. Card's still neat.
I would probably give this a 2 because it like
I
goes
read
with
the
the
card, by the way.
niche. It's like a really niche package that goes with, you know, the 1-0 stock charger. I can see it being used sometimes, but not often.
I mean, Stock Charger pays for this card too, though, which is neat.
Yeah.
It gives you even more stock back too if you get 2 reverses.
Yeah.
So it's,
Also true.
it's potentially a +2/+1 stock.
Value. Alright. 2-1 Nidochris. And if you are level 2 or higher, this card gains the following ability. Act. Pay 1, discard 1, rest this. Choose 1/2/1 Ozymandias in your waiting room. Place it on stage in any slot. Then continuous 2k assist to level 3s. This is the opposite of value.
Yeah, this basically lets you play. Basically, just transforms any card in your hand to the 2/1 Ozymandias. Essentially, have you tutor it out for cheaper or anything?
Yeah, I'm not actually sure this is worth considering, to be perfectly honest. But in spite of that, I think it might be worth testing as like a 1 or 2 of. So I'll give it a 2 for now, but I'm very heavily leaning towards 1 as well. This card's just not good.
Unfortunate. Alright, 0/0 Nidocris. Continuous. During your turn, if you have another Chalet or Camelot character, this gets 3k power. And then it has a pay 1 twin drive, so it's a copy of the Millum from Slime 2. But it has a Smug Nidocris on it.
4k with
The
twin
smug.
drive, but you already have another twin driver in the set.
More twin drives, more bars,
Can't go wrong with more twin drives, to be honest. But
more triggers.
I don't know, standard profile, I guess. 2 out of 5.
Gets Clock Encore.
Ooh, you're right.
Plusing 0.
Nah, still 2 out of 5.
Alright. 0/0 Sanzang. Auto. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may choose one of your Chaldea or Camelot characters. It gets 1500 power. During this card's battle, when the damage you take is cancelled, you may return this to your hand.
Twin damage you take is cancelled, so this is actually a very unlikely chance for you.
Yeah, unless your name is Ryan Triple Cancel Wiberly. Honestly, I'm not even sure this card's worth considering. I think I'm just gonna give it a 1. There's other ways to boost your characters. This isn't really necessary.
Remember, this has to also live on your turn in order to potentially +1.
True.
Yeah. And it's a 1/5 base, maybe 3k.
Alright. 0/0 Ozymandias. Auto. When it's placed on stage from hand, pay the cost. If you do, choose 1/1/0 event in your waiting room, add it to hand. The cost is discarding 1. And then auto, send this to waiting room. When your other Chaldea or Camelot character is reversed, if this card is in your back row, you pay the cost. If you do, rest that character. So it's a Pina. And then a bond to the Nido 1/0 event.
Pina, or most people call it Field Encore nowadays.
Yeah.
But you already have a
The Zoomers.
Clock Encore, as we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that being said, if you like, somehow manage to not get the Clonk Encore, this is like not a bad substitute. And on top of that, it's also a bonder to the event. And the event sets up for your 3/2 Aussie combo to like give you something easier to reverse.
Unfortunately, for the Lion King package, your back was already set in stone basically. So unfortunately, you can't use this. Like,
Yeah.
save the early play
True.
Lion King.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely definitely something to consider in the green build. In fact, I'd probably be playing it just with the bond to the event. I want to give this a 3 because I think of its like extra use of Pina might come in handy sometimes, and it's strong enough to warrant it.
Okay. Alright, next card, 0/0 Sanzang. Auto, pay 1, discard 1. When this is placed on stage from hand, you pay the cost. If you search your deck for up to 1 Chaldea or Camelot character, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, shuffle your deck. And then auto, shuffle 2 characters from your waiting room back into your deck. When this is played on stage from hand, you pay the cost. If you do, this character does not suffer soul penalty while siding. Very
Alright,
cool.
a drop search that can potentially be a drop salvage as well if you just want to shuffle back in the cards you're searching for.
I think this is actually such a strong card. And on top of that, if you think about like the other 1/0 and 2/1 Sanzang stock charging thing, you can shuffle those back in order to spawn them. But even without that, the fact that this is a drop searcher that can effectively drop salvage because it's one card that puts cards back and searches is actually kind of ridiculous in my opinion. I'd give this a 4 easily. I think this is definitely a card you play in not just the green build, but also like probably every Camelot related build.
Nice. And a common too, so it's gonna be pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Pick up.
Yep.
Just buy 12 of them.
True. All your decks. 0/0 Ozymandias. Continuous. During your opponent's turn, if all your characters are Chaldea or Camelot, this gets 1 level and 1500 power. So it's a 4K level 1 on defense.
We see we have seen 4 or 5 level 1s before, but those are only if you have no other characters. So this card does work with other characters with multiple.
I don't know, I'm really meh on this card. I feel like there's just better zeros to play that you don't have to really consider this. So, unfortunately, I'm just gonna give this a 2 for its generic profile, but it's not something I would consider playing in the builds.
Alrighty. 1/1 Nidocris. If the cost of the reverse character, the cost of the reverse the character across from wow, that's a mouth. I don't know why that was so hard to say. It can't be reversed by cost zeros. There we go. And then when your other Chaldea or Camelot character attacks, this turn this gets 1k power, so it will attack at a 7k.
If it lasts when attacking. Other than that, it's just a generic 1/1 that can't be reversed by cost zeros.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty generic profile. I remember seeing this in the days of what's it called? Bang Dream, when you played the Kasumi bomb along with it in standby. But that's a different era, I think. But yeah, other than that, generic, give it a 2.
Alrighty. The 1/0 event. Choose one of your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. If you do, your opponent chooses one level X or lower character from their waiting room, swaps the 2 characters. X is equal to the level of the character chosen by you minus 1. Otherwise, been called recently as a level down event. It was first seen in a Saikano. Yeah, set 2.
Yeah, Saikano set 2. What is most notably known for being one of 3 modes on the ever so hated Milo Shido event from Day Alive.
True.
I mean, honestly, this is like a generic profile, but in the context of the green deck, I think having the ability to set up your 3/2 Aussie with like lower powered targets is just fairly strong. So I would give this a 3. Because in the context of the green deck, it's pretty necessary, I think.
And that is it for green.
First cards in red. Let's go. All right, 0/0 Hasana Serenity, the cutest girl in Camelot. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may choose one of your opponent's front row characters. This turn, it gets minus 1k. And then when it's reversed, you reveal up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. If you revealed 1 or more, choose one Chaldea or Camelot character from among them, add it to hand. Send the rest of the waiting room, discard 1. So it's an on-reverse Rize with a neg power on it.
You guys were talking about in the set, you're asking what kind of mill there are in the set, and here is one of them.
If you really want it.
I mean, the second effect's, just generic on reverse Rize. I actually rather like the first effect, depending on the meta you play in. So if the meta ends up with like a lot of decks where all the zeros are like low powered utility zeros, it's very possible that this neg 1 power just straight up shoots like things. So stuff like, I'm like showing my age here, but Hibiki from KC, for instance, it was exactly 1k power. And so you could just like, pop it and it would never get reversed, so it would never go to memory and have anti-heal. Or the Asuna Riki from Alicization 2 is 500 power. So you can pop that and then just not think about it because they didn't get reversed.
Also,
so given that,
new Shizu Double R from the Slime set 2.
Oh yeah, that too is only 500 power. So it's like got a lot of potential of just popping random utility zeros that like have other important effects that need to get reversed or something. So because of that, I would give it a 3 contextually because it just deals with a lot of random front row utility.
Another thing is it pops itself.
Yeah, in the mirror you just go ding, delete.
Got him.
Whoever plays the Rize first loses.
Nobody will ever get to resolve the Rizes.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that 1k power neg actually just kills, now that I think about it.
Very cool card. Alright. 1/0 Bedivere. Continuous. If you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, this gets 1k power. Climax combo. When this card attacks, if you have the door Climax, you may mill 2, choose the 1 level extra lower Chaldea or Camelot character from the waiting room, add it to hand this turn. This gets 2k power. And then X is equal to the sum of the levels of the milled cards. So it's a cigarettes, tobacco, whatever you want to call it. And it attacks at 5, 6, 7, 8.
8K.
8K tobacco.
So better than
Starting to see that more
500,
and more often.
500 less than Sanzang, but better selectivity.
But yeah.
By a long shot.
Worse trigger though, bar better than door in it, level 1s.
True.
Yeah.
Not by
But
much.
still, I don't know. It's just a generic cigarettes combo. We've seen this in other sets. Just 2 out of 5, easy. It's probably the combo you're going to be playing with the 3-2 Lion King. Also because this CX combos with something else that we'll show you later.
Right here. Boom.
That's,
Or
no, that's the different
Next one?
card.
No, it's not this
Damn.
one.
I just saw a Bedivere. I was like, "Whoo, is that it?" Alright. 3-2 Bedivere. Oh, this is this card, right. If you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, this gets -1 level in hand. For each of your opponent's back row, this gets 1k power. And then auto. On play from hand, you may ditch one. If you do, you heal top card or clock to stock.
Oftentimes,
like
this
Nash,
will be
kinda.
oftentimes this will be 11k, but it is susceptible to lose power due to your opponent's choices. Other than that, it's just an EP stock healer.
Yeah, the second effect kind of gets me. I wish it was the Mash, just your own back row would be great. But other than that, like Kevin said, generic early play healer, not much else to look at, 2 out of 5s.
Alright, 0-0 Hasana Serenity. When this is placed on stage from hand, you pay the cost, which is discarding one. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck, choose 1 level X or lower character from among them, add it to hand, or you have level 1 X or lower character where X is the level of the card revealed. That's auto. Pay 2 and sent from stage to waiting room. You may salvage a Chaldea or Camelot character. Oh yeah, this card's actually really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is a free hand fix as well as a top deck scry. So you know how you can don't get the scry off this from the brainstorm from Magravine, but she herself will give you a scry anyway. And then yeah, potential plus if you need it.
Yeah, this card's really cool.
I really like the fact that it has an on play effect and an on death effect. And they both, you know, like do actually relevant things. But yeah, I think the top check's pretty strong. I think just ends up being like I think it was the Rico in Sunshine. Except Rico was a 2-1.
2-1 act. Well, this is 0-0 on play by. I pushed saying Rico still for these on play level 0-1s. Just because it's most familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rico.
Yeah, I'd give this an. I'd probably be wanting to test this in the Lion King build at very least. So I'd give
Very
this a
good for
3.
standby as well.
Yeah, for a
Yes.
standby, this is
Rico
definitely
effects
playable.
tend to be, Rico effects tend to be very desirable in those kind of decks. And then when they dies, since you know you're saving stock on standby, you can pay 2 for like counters and whatnot. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Definitely good synergy in the standby deck.
Also the girl, so you know.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
The best part is you can play this card in the like old Babylonia deck too, because the reveal is not trait restricted, and you can just grab a Chaldea card instead of a Camelot.
True.
We have some mashes.
It is definitely splashable.
Yeah. Yeah, grab your early play match secret rares. Easy.
Let's see.
Yeah, assuming most people have the secret rare version. Not everyone's a whale like you.
I may have 5.
5?
This might have been a mistake.
One
Yeah.
for the binder. Dude,
One for the
One for the
slap, right?
binder.
Oh, this guy's a true whale.
I should have slapped one. Not after the 5-month wait time though.
True. Alright, next card. 0-0 Bedivere. This has, when this is played on stage from hand, you'll get top card of your deck, put on top, or into the waiting room. And then it has, at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you mill the top card of your deck. If that character is a Chaldea or Camelot, you may move this to an empty slot in the front row. So it's a mill runner with a top deck Surveil.
Yeah, another
Very cool.
card that even though you don't get a scry off Aggravate, this card provides its own scry for you.
I actually really like this card because it's like mill runners are, you know, just like generically pretty decent, but also the fact that like later on in the game it's still relevant because of its first effect. So I give this a 3 because of that, especially in the Knights of the Round Table deck, even though it's not on Knight or he's not on Knights of the Round Table, but because you get to scry for, or you get to surveil for the Lion King. You get to remove a 0.
Tossing 0
Or leave a 3.
utility are cool.
Yeah. I think this is a really good card, to be honest.
Yeah, it lets you splash red easily.
Yeah, very cool.
As you said, you might play the level 1 Bedivere. So this card is probably a prime red splash
Yeah,
for
this
that.
and the Hasana Serenity, both of them, honestly, pretty good red splash.
Yeah. Just play 4/4,
Right.
done.
Okay, I don't know about that one. Still Omniverse Rize. 1-0 Bedivere, Climax combo. Pay 2, put the top card of your deck in the waiting room. Choose
Fuck.
one door Climax. Oh, put the top card of your deck into clock. Wow, sad. Okay, that makes more sense though. Choose one door Climax from your waiting room. Put it on the Climax area. This turn, this gets 1k power. This is the same Climax of the 1-0 Bedivere.
And a level 3.
That's pretty
Bedivere
cool.
We'll talk about later.
Yeah, that we'll talk about. Yeah, you didn't put that there. So,
Nice.
that's pretty cool though.
Quite expensive.
like it. Yeah, but it means you get the combo and guarantees it.
Yeah, it does, but this cost kind of has me worried. I don't... Like, would you reasonably want to spend all that stock and take a damage? I guess the damage isn't really a primary concern, but
Yeah, the
I'd give this
issue
a
is the
2.
stock cost.
yeah. I'd give this a 2, it's worth considering. Really depends on how much stock your deck ends up eating before you hit 1. Or as you hit 1.
Better pay 2 for San.
2-1 Arash. Auto. When it attacks, if the level of the character across from this is 3 or higher, this turn this gets 6k power. And then it's auto Climax combo. Pay 3, send this to waiting room. At the end of this card's attack, if you have the door Climax in the Climax area, you pay the cost of use all of your opponent's front row level 2 or lower characters to the waiting room.
He is a hero.
Flavor.
Hero who
Flavor.
goes down to take his opponents down with him.
Stella!
This, yeah, there it is. I was waiting for someone to do that. Stella!
Kevin will never know.
I never
He'll
know. I don't understand. I don't know the
He'll never
reference.
understand.
The first effect's not bad, to be honest. It just becomes a 12/5.
Yeah.
Smacks a level 3 or higher body.
His noble
Second
phantasm,
effect is,
Kevin, that he kills himself.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would never notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. You know, if you didn't realize it.
It was
Hence
if
the
this
send
card.
this to waiting
Yeah,
room.
if this card didn't give it away.
Yeah, just so you know. I'm thinking sure.
Yeah, just so you know. But
Okay.
yeah, I'd give this a 2. You're pretty much playing this for the first effect anyways. Unless you really want this meme Stella combo.
Dude, Arash is sick. Come on.
Arash is sick. He carried my teams for a long time.
Yeah,
Thank you for your
he's the
service, Arash.
Speedrun god. Alright. Next card. 3-2 Lancelot. Continuous. If you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, it gets 2k power. When this is played on stage from hand, you may heal 1. And then Climax combo. When the standby Climax is placed in your Climax area, if this is in the front row, choose up to 2 cards from your opponent's waiting room, shuffle them into your opponent's deck. This turn, this card gets 2k power and +1 soul.
He's more like a 11k healer that you played if you're just playing 8 standby, just because
Yeah.
he is comboing with standby.
I can get you
Yeah,
the
this-
standby.
This combo kind of sucks.
Glad somebody said it.
Like I mean,
I'm sorry, but like getting 2k power and 1 soul doesn't feel like it, does all that much. And 3 soul is
I mean,
shrug.
he at least gets to usually kill things, right? Because he's a 3-2, you're playing the standby, so you're probably standbying out another level 3, maybe like a back row.
I think you're standbying a front row instead. But there's front rows that give 1500 power to your board, so it's not that bad.
Wait, would you stand by a front row with this card? There's no front rows that stand with this combo, right?
Do you have any back row space?
In
Oh
standby?
god.
Probably.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Either way,
That's
this
what
card's
that
kind of
card's
meh.
for. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm tempted to give it a 1, but I could see some sort of niche use for it. I'll give it a 2.
Hey, it's
It's
in
a
the
splash.
end of the
If
day,
if you play the standby,
you can always throw
it's
2
there.
to 3 of this, and
It's a healer.
11k body healer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a healer. That's the only reason it's retaining a 2 instead of a 1.
Smoj. Alright. Next card, 3-2. I can't even say that. King Hassan. There we go. That's the dude.
Son
the man.
Isaba.
Yeah, King Hassan. Okay. Continuous. If you have 1 or less characters in your back row, this card cannot attack. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your opponent's front row characters. This turn, it gets minus 4,500 power. And then auto. At the start of either player's attack phase, if this is in the front row, this turn all players cannot use Encore.
And he's 11k booty.
Yeah.
I really
You
don't
know
like
what he
that
can't-
restriction.
You know what he can't neg? Tristan.
Oh god.
All these mirror match flavors.
Oh god. I really don't like this card for the first effect because, you know, if you ever end up with one of those really bad situations where you just don't have anything to do except push your back row up, you just can't.
Just can't.
That's probably my biggest gripe with it. I do kind of like the third effect though. I mean, the second effect's also pretty good, but I guess I would give it a 2. I think it has its niche uses. I don't think it's particularly a staple in any decks though.
It's the man though.
Yeah,
And
King of Son's pretty cool.
He is cool. All right, 0-0 Arash. He's hero tree. I didn't even notice that. That's sick. All right, climax combo. Send this to waiting room. When the door climax is placed in the climax area, if you are level 1 or higher, if you pay the cost. If you do, choose 1, 2 on Arash in your hand, place it on stage in this card's former slot. And then pay 1 during your opponent's turn. When this is reversed, you pay the cost. If you rest this at the start of your next encore phase, send this to waiting room. Dude, Arash's cards are so sick.
dude,
There's so much flavor.
He's a true hero. He gets
He's
back
the
up.
anti-standby hero.
Yeah, you push him down, he gets back up, and then he goes for the
Oh my god, I
hero
love it.
deed.
Dude, he does
I
his
love
combo,
it so
he
much.
dies, and you like mystic code him, and then he just comes back.
Dude, I'd build this. Arash is so cool.
Oh my god, what a niche combo though. It's really
Dude,
funny.
It's anti-standby. You see a bunch of standby in your meta, just whip out Arash and he'll be your hero.
I'll be your hero.
8 door with Bedivere?
Wait,
let's go.
That's not DMC8.
Yeah, let's not. I don't know.
Yeah, let's not. I rate this a 2. Pretty cool niche
2.
combo.
Alright, 2 for the hero. Sounds good.
He's a 2-star in FGO too, so it makes sense.
Alright. 0-0. Grand Assassin, the Old Man of the Mountain. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose up to one of your opponent's characters, send it to memory. Then your opponent places the character on any stage at any slot. Oh my god.
Bro.
It's too late for this. It's really late. Look. Long day. Alright, auto. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost, which is discarding 1. If you do, choose 1/1/0 event in your waiting room, add it to hand.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I forgot what the event does, so we'll read it
Me
later.
too. It's right there, but
I'm too lazy to read it right now.
Bonder.
Other than that,
Yeah,
Blinker, Bonder.
Blinker, Bonder.
Blinker's really actually kind of good though.
Always
Gets rid of
good
a
to
lot
have,
of like
course.
those status effects, yeah. It's always good to have at least 1 or 2 blinkers just, you know, in your deck as a tech card.
Or at least, even not in your deck, at least as an option to play when
Yeah,
the meta calls for it.
yeah, for sure.
As the event is
So this is
good,
something I'd give.
this hits better.
True.
I think I'd give it a 2 easily, just for the blink effect. The bonder to the event, we'll have to see about that later, I guess.
Alright. 0-0 Lancelot. That's a good face. If this has a marker underneath it, this gets 2k power and the following ability. When this card battle opponent is reversed, choose one of your other Chaldea or Camelot characters, rest it, and move it to an empty slot in the back row. I am an auto. Once it's placed on stage from hand or from the waiting room. If you have another 0-0 Global 500 Lion King or 2-1 2k assist Lion King, you may choose 1/0 event in waiting room, put underneath this card face up as a marker.
Is a 4k cross-turn clean cut, but you need a specific card on your board and you need a specific card in your waiting room in order to get 4k power. But you know what this can't reverse? This can't reverse that 4/5. What was it, Gawain? Tristan? Yeah.
No, Aggravate?
Agravain? Yeah,
Who was it?
whoever.
I think
I
Agravain.
can't remember.
I think it was.
I think it's Aggravate.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but he can't reverse that because that's 4/5. This is only
There you go,
4K.
Kevin, you got your
There's
answer.
my answer.
Wait, I just realized this card wants you to stand by it out at 0. So, so
It's so grief.
That's so funny.
This card's actually so bad, not because it's a bad card, but because the targets are bad. Like the 0-0 Global 500 Lion King is just not a card you want to play at all in the deck.
The fact that you need that card is what's upsetting, I think.
Yeah, I give this a 1. Because like 90% of the time it's just a 2K clean cut.
True.
Nah, this is the first of 3 clean cuts. Spoilers.
Alright, 1-0 Asana Serenity. If this card is rested, all players' front row characters who don't have Ritsuka, Arash, or Hassan in its name get -1 power. Act, rest this, choose one of your characters. This turn it gets the following ability. When this card battle opponent is reversed, you may send that character to the top of your opponent's deck. Damn, just never letting you play Wildberry Princess. Unfortunate.
True. Whoever made a comment about Wildberry Princess, you're never getting it off against this red deck.
They really hate Wildberry Princess, Jesus.
Second effect's quite nice. You get like a damage buffer every turn.
Yeah, it's a global -5.
But unfortunately, if your deck's not purely Riska, Arash, and Hassan. Wait, what character?
Well, you should always be playing. Ritsuka's the MC. He's in blue.
Okay.
I don't know, this card seems okay. I feel like it's gonna have some niche uses, so I'll give it a 2.
If you're attacking red, this card lets you play hard removal.
Probably maining red, so you don't, grief yourself a little bit, but...
Just don't play 500 power characters, dude.
True.
That's true.
1-1 Lancelot. He is a generic 1-1 hand encore, 7/5. If you have 2 or more Chaldea or Camelots, and he always has encore though.
Generic standby target.
Yep.
Yeah, not much to say. Cool
Said
generic
standby
profile, 2 out of 5.
baby.
Yeah.
Alright. 3-2 Bedivere. This
Here
is
it
the
is.
front row?
It's this one.
Oh, this is the one. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I actually really like this art too. Alright. If it's in the front row, all of your Chaldea or Camelot characters get 1500 power. Climax combo. Pay 4, ditch 2. At the end of this card's attack, if you have the door climax in your climax area, and you have another Chaldea or Camelot character, you pay the cost. If you do deal 3, and then send this to memory. Oh, I don't even have to reverse either. That's sick.
Yeah.
It might be a bit expensive. What?
It
You
is
lose the global,
expensive.
which is kind of depressing, but
If you play standby door, and you standby him out, he's a good standby target that converts
Oh my.
to some good damage.
Honestly, like with the Bedivere combo, this is not a combo you'd play on your own, but this is definitely like not bad as just like a 2 of 1 of in the deck, because like it offers alternative finishing power, and that's nice. So I'd give this a 2.
2? Okay. Very cool. Gives Lion King more to do
Yeah.
as well if you want to play with choice stuff. Alright. 0-0 Hasana Serenity. He's global 5 to all of your Chaldea or Camelot. And it has, when this attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's level 0 or lower characters, send it to the waiting room. If the cost being send one marker underneath this to the waiting room. And then it has act, rest this. If there's no marker underneath this, look at the top card of your deck, then put it underneath this card face up as a marker. So you gotta like wait a turn.
Yeah, it's a slow move. It only removes level 0s.
I think
it's
it'd be pretty
too
sick if
slow,
it
to be
was
honest.
cost 0. It'd be pretty sick.
That might be a bit too strong though.
No, you gotta wait a turn for it though, right? It's still delayed. And then you gotta work for it.
I wonder if there's another way to like stack markers under this, but probably not.
Oh, the event, if I remember correctly, does.
Have to put it right to the round table, man.
No, the red
Oh,
event.
unless this one does it.
Red event.
Oh, is there? Okay.
I'm starting to remember it a little bit. Not fully,
Oh,
though.
more than me. All right.
Unfortunately, I think this card's too slow, even though it's a global. I don't think it's worth your time
But
to
it's
look
cute.
at this. It is cute, but
He's
like I
trying.
don't think it's worth one of your back row slots. I don't think it's worth bothering with. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give it a 1, just because it
Sad.
takes 2 turns to kind of fully cycle.
I kind of want to build this red deck. Time to go on Nova TCG.
Okay, Mr. Tier 3 sub.
I like Hassan. All right, 0-0 Bedivere. Continuous. If you have 2 or less stock, it gets 1500 power. And then auto, when this is faced on stage from hand, all players will have the following effect. If you have 5 or more memory, choose 4 cards in your memory, send all other cards to the waiting room.
4K wall with a secondary effect that could be useful depending on the matchup.
Yeah. If you're in a meta full of things that, you know, just memory compress for days, definitely a card worth having. It's definitely a card I would just pick up like 3 of anyways, just in case the meta ever changes to that.
True.
So yeah, I'd give this a 2. I think the second effect's standard. I've seen this in other decks, or other sets for sure.
Well, I think the runner's still better currently. That's a plus and 0.
Yes, for sure.
Agreed.
I'm like not even really looking at the first effect on this card, it's just the second effect that's really the thing to consider here.
Alright. 1-0 Hassan. Continuous, if there's a marker underneath this, this gains the following ability. When this is reversed, you may, if the battle opponent is level 1 or lower, you may reverse that character, so 1-0 bomb. And then when this is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that character is Chaldea or Camelot, you may put it underneath this as a marker. And then this has pay 1. When this front attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters, turn it gets -1 level. Sick.
So it's a free level 1 bomb, or it can be a pay 1 level 2 bomb. Essentially.
That's pretty decent actually. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, like, it's just like it gets rid of level 2s, which is really nice. This might be worth testing, but I don't know. I'd give this a 2. I think it's got its niche uses. I'm not sure it's a staple in the main decks though.
My poor standby targets. This set just loves to bully level 2s.
It just hates them.
Really
hates them all.
hates standbys, you know?
Alright. 1-0 Raj. My boy. Alright. If you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, this gets 1k power. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, choose one of your other Chaldea or Camelot characters, rest it, and move it to any slot in the back row. Yo, 1-0 5-5 clean cut. Let's go.
Yo, a true hero. He's always saving people.
Dude, I'm actually gonna build this deck. This is sick.
Is it bad that I like this card more than I should?
No, this card. I mean, this card's like actually really cool.
Level 1 clean cuts are pretty rare, and they're pretty actually good sometimes. Like,
yeah, when you give him power like this, I think it's like actually like pretty real.
Yeah.
Like, Darling.
I want to give this a 3. I won't lie. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I think this card is like, especially if you play Bedivere 1-0 combo, I think this card is like very, very solid.
Very playable. You play Bedivere, you play
playable.
like 3 of these, and you only your back row currently is just level 0.
Just like Brainstorm?
Yeah, just Brainstorm until you get level 2.
Yeah, 2-1s don't come out till later anyways, so it doesn't
matter. And he's a hero.
And he's a hero.
Dude, Arash is great.
I love this. This makes me really happy.
I don't like the card art, how he looks so dark here. Like the shadowing, it's not good.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright.
Like, sidetrack, FGO art has never been the best at like shadows and lighting.
I mean, I think the Babylon looked pretty good. Hello,
the Arash level 1 and the 3-2 Ishtar.
Alright, that one, those are really bad.
Double our arts on the planet.
Yeah, if you
really
didn't
bad.
have the foils, if you're a poor pleb, those were some.
If you're a poor pleb, and like the lighting's not so good in your room, you get to look at a literally it's a black card. It's just literally pitch black.
Okay, you're right. It had its poor points.
Okay, we can't forget about the Ishtar coin flip too. That card with the blinding.
Oh my god, that's the I actually bought the foils for that like day 1 because I was not playing with the lens flare.
Oh my god.
It was worth it. Alright, next card. 1-1 Bedivere. When this is reversed, if the battle opponent of this card is level higher than your opponent's level, you may reverse that character. Also, it's a 1500 backup, so it is a reverse Adachi that is also a backup. We saw this something recent that just came out.
No, we saw a Brainstorm plus a backup, which is Hachama.
I feel like this got printed in something recently.
Oh, it could be shiny.
It may have just been this spoiler. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm thinking shiny mass maybe.
I do remember, like, I think I remember something similar.
But
I don't know if it was exactly the same thing, and I can't put my finger on what set it was. But
the problem is, it's not even like a 2K or a 2.5 backup. It's just 1.5. It's so little. You're almost never using this backup.
Yeah,
True.
I'll give this a 2 out of 5 just because it's a Nadachi. That's it.
Sick.
It was a 2-1 Adachi backup? Oh, that could be it.
Possibly. Fine. I don't Maybe I'll look it up.
Still similar.
I probably won't
Alright.
look it up though.
Okay. Okay. All right. 2-1 Hassan of the Cursed Arm. Level assist. And then rest assist. Choose one of your opponent's front row characters. This turn it gets -1k power.
Just level assist, but there's better assists in this deck already.
Yeah, there's just better assists.
Alright.
Like,
Text might have the text might have well as read like continuous assist. And then like towards one of them is just like level times 500, but level +2.
continuous assist. Rest this. Kill a wild berry princess.
No.
True.
No.
Wildberry Princess never coming back.
It was bad, man.
Yeah, I give this a 1. I don't think it's worth even looking.
Smooch.
Oh yeah, I've
Okay.
read. Oh, 1.
Ah, for the VOD.
Or
Alright,
what?
2-1 Bedivere. Auto. When this is placed on stage from hand, you'll go top 4 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 climax from among them, add it to hand, send the rest to the waiting room. If you added a card to your hand, discard 1 card. So
Whoa,
it's
we
Kome.
finally got Kome printed again.
That
It's
was
just
a
What a
Cost?
2-1.
it's just two levels late and 1 cost more.
Honestly, it's still not bad.
It's pretty.
It's
It's
It's-
something.
It helps get your like
Hey,
choice
if you
combo
like
if you're
it, though.
playing if you play your Lion Kings. I don't know. I'll give this
True.
a 2. I think it has its like utility usage.
All to
Okay.
you,
Might
sir.
be useful.
All to yes, sir.
I respect it.
Don't prove me wrong.
Alright. Oh, here's the card. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's this one. It's like the Salt Lily one. Okay.
Yeah.
2-2 for each of your opponent's Lancelot. For each of your opponent's back row, this gets 2,500 power, and then it has hand encore, so it could be an 11k, but it's based on your opponent's back row.
For a few Assault Lady decks that ran standby that I saw, they do play theirs. Although I don't remember if they had another target or not. I mean, it's a fine card.
I'm just gonna say this art makes me.
Why so mad? Why so mad?
It's only game. Why you have to be mad?
Like he's got like the murder in his eyes, dude.
Yeah, it's
But
Lancelot.
yeah. Generic 2-2 encore 2 out of 5. Not much to say.
Smooch.
At least not generic, because you really see this one. What is a
mean-
2-2 hand encore wall?
Oh, here's the event.
It gains power
Okay.
somehow.
Alright. If you 1-0 event. If you have 2 or less red characters, you cannot play this from hand. Send this to memory. Auto. Memory. At the start of your attack phase, if this is in your memory, send this to waiting room. Choose one of your characters this turn. That character that character and the character across from this gain the following 2 abilities. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may send that character to the top of your opponent's deck. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may choose one character in your waiting room. You may add it to hand.
Oh, it doesn't mark or anything. I guess I'm a liar.
Yo, top decks and salvages.
Wait, this is so flavor.
I don't know the flavor.
Huh.
It is.
Man, it's sick.
It's kind of funny that it like comes out of memory. But I guess that's part of it.
It comes out basically the same turn though.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like this card, I won't lie. I'm gonna give this a 3 because I think it's like, if you bother with playing red, you definitely want to test this out.
When you know you can win the lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your bet of yours swinging 8k, dude.
Yeah.
Crack.
Like honestly, your bet every could just end up being like a +2 off of that.
I mean, it's not plus, you -1 to +1.
Yeah.
It's a hand fix, but you get, more damage pushing.
Yeah, it's also a
Heck
bonder.
yeah. It does have a bond.
Does have a bond.
It's pretty sick. Bonds are nice.
Right? Oh, just one more. Red.
Alright. 2-1 event. Choose the 2 of your opponents, two of your characters in your waiting room. I don't know where I got opponents. Add 1 of them to hand, discard 1. So it's Magic Girl appears, right?
Just a hand fix. 2-1
Yeah.
hand fix.
Isn't this just a really standard card?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
generic. It's
Yeah.
nice to play something.
Actually, pretty good with the package we'll talk about in the next color though.
Yeah.
Let's see
2
recycle
out of 5.
stuff. That's the most important
Mhm.
part. It is a card that recycles. Which is why you
Yeah.
see it played in Simple Gear to recycle their obnoxious stuff.
That's true. Oh, Ragnarok makes a good point on the 1-0 red event. Slap it on bombs and everyone has a good day. You're not wrong. definitely
Oh,
right
don't
about
give
that.
your opponent a plus. What the hell?
Yo, that's free. Yo, you could do that with me. Hell yeah.
Toss it on the Hassan. Go.
Oh, you get one card back.
Toss it on the Hassan to reverse their 2/2, and then
you
you
just
salvage one off of that.
And then they
You like extend your hand and you're like, heck yeah, dude.
God. No. Don't throw this in a bomb. Don't throw the 1-0 event in a bomb. Don't give your opponent a plus.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Alright, and that's it for red. We are starting blue. Yep.
Yep.
Right, starting with blue, 0-0 Mashu. Here on referred to as Mash. When this card attacks, if you have 5 or more cards in hand, choose one of your characters this turn. It gets 2k power. And then auto, at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this to an empty slot in the front row.
Brain Honor, that's quite small, but it does have the benefit of being a utility card later on in the game.
Yeah. I like the free run aspect. I don't like the 5 card condition, but I guess that's necessary for what it is. I'll give it a 2. Kind of generic.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next card, 0-0 Da Vinci. At the start of your climax phase, choose one of your characters. This turn it gets 500 power. Brainstorm, pay 1, rest this. Salvage Brainstorm. Sure.
Yeah, you could have bought this instead of the yellow one.
Yeah.
I think this card was actually more expensive. The yellow one's a rare.
Yeah, but Da Vinci's hotter.
Yeah, but I can play the Lion King event if I play the yellow one.
Did you buy the Lion King
Are you
events?
putting the Lion King package into the red?
Okay.
No, just
Oh
the
my
event in the bonder.
Huh? Oh my. Well, this is a generic rest self brainstorm for salvage.
Yeah.
Not much to say other than that it's blue and salvage.
And Babylonia,
so 2 out of 5.
yeah, Babylonia, they have a search one, so if you want a salvage option instead, if you want a better girl than Mosh, pick up Da Vinci.
True, Da Vinci is so cute.
Yeah, but Mosh has SP.
Wait, what'd you give this?
Always
Yeah,
play
but-
Mosh.
Wait, isn't this a Da Vinci's SP? Isn't this Da
2 out of
Vinci's
5.
SP? Did Da Vinci get an SP?
Is it? No, I don't think she did.
No, she didn't. Wow, they shafted the good girl.
Wait, we got.
The Babylonia brainstorm is probably trait locked. Let me check. I have the card right here. Somewhere. Just like leave this.
I think
deck
it is.
out.
I'm pretty sure it's Chaldea Babylonia. Give it search.
Yeah, it specifies if Chaldea or Babylonia,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
unfortunately. Da Vinci's hotter though.
True.
Yeah, but you can't say no to this.
You can when it's trait locked. Alright.
Let's play
Next
Babylonia,
card.
you shit.
Keiichi Mashu. I mean Nash. Continuous for each of your Chaldea or Camelot characters in your back row. This gets 1k power. Climax combo. When this attacks, if you have the Pants Climax in your Climax area, choose one of your characters until the end of turn. At the end of your opponent's turn, this gets the following 2 effects. Continuous, the character across from this gets 3/3 soul, and then pay 1, drop a Chaldea or Camelot character. When this is front attack, you pay the cost. If you do, this turn, this cannot be reversed.
So it is a 11k wall. It has a more statted -3 soul versus a -2 soul, and it can recur itself, but it does not have its own on-play effect. Little spoilers, there's also a way to summon this out early.
Yeah, so I think this is a really interesting card because it's, you know, like it feels very standard at first with the, you know, 11k base, has minus soul, and then it has can't be reversed option, which is really nice. And the saddest part about all of this is that the Mashu that gives bodyguard is the 3/2 combo from the TD, so you can't just give something bodyguard and then just give, you know, just make it like unreversible, which would be sick, but that's just how it goes. Yeah, so like the biggest threats to these are just, you know, getting bounced or flickered, like with the was it the Hassan? I think it was the Hassan that was a flicker.
Yes,
Yeah,
Hassan's
boy.
a flicker.
Shit, I didn't buy that card! No!
It's to make a
I
second
gotta
order.
message Brian.
You're actually just griefing. But yeah,
I forgot.
so spoiler alert, this combo has a way to basically get it out for 0 stock. That we'll see later. But yeah, for now I would give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's definitely worth testing out this combo. In the Chaldea shell, it feels like it's kind of nice actually, so it's that.
Yeah, Chowder didn't get a proper finisher, but now they do. Well, it's finisher. Top end, I mean.
Yeah.
Nabidoo.
Is this the same Pansy X?
1-0 Mashu. When a climax is placed in your climax area, this turn this gets 1500 power, so it gets 6k, 7k with the pants. And then climax combo, when this card's battle opponent is reversed, if you have the pants climax in your climax zone, you may salvage a character.
So normally these types of combos aren't really you play that much these days. But because it is the same CX as the level 3, it is slot efficient and you might just play this anyway.
I hate these on reverse combos that don't actually have that much power.
It's 7k.
I'm actually gonna give this. It's the thing is it's got less power than the Bedivere, which is not a reverse combo, right? I just like this enough that I'm actually just gonna give it a 1 out of 5. Like I don't like this profile at all.
But there might be a card at the end of this that might change your mind. Why not?
True.
True.
But for now, 1 out of 5.
2-1 Mashu. Continuous. Assist 2k level 3s. Climax combo. Send this to waiting room. When the pants climax is placed in your climax area, and you pay the cost, if you do, choose up to 1-3-2 Mashu climax combo from your hand. Place it on the stage in this card slot. And then also has to act the rest of this draw drop.
You'll see later on there's a way to actually summon 2 of these for free.
Yeah. I like the first effect. I like the last effect. Can't go wrong with those. And the fact that it, like, effectively, you know, just without seeing any other cards, you see this and you see the 3-2 mash, and basically your 3-2 mash comes out for 1 stock, 1 card. Or 2 cards, I guess. And the CX, but if you were playing the CX anyways. Yeah, I rate this easily a 3 out of 5. I think it's pretty good.
Alright. 3-2 Da Vinci. For each of your other Chaldea or Camelot characters, this gets 500 power. When this is placed on stage from hand or memory, you may heal 1. And then it has recollection, memory, whatever. Pay 2, drop 1 at the start of your climax phase if you're level 3 or higher, and this is in your memory. And pay the cost if you do. Place this on stage in any slot, and this turn this gets 1k power.
Later on, we'll see a card that will be able to send this to memory 3. But other than that, it's like a heal guaranteed level 3, assuming you play the package.
Yeah, I kind of don't like this package, to be honest. I'm really not convinced that you'll have the stock and hand, specifically hand in this build, to sort of utilize this efficiently, or like well. So I'm going to give this a 2 for now, because I think it's a niche combo, even with the 0 that eventually sends it to memory.
If only there's a way for it itself to send to memory so you can, like, it.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Alright. 3-2 Mashu. At the start of your opponent's draw phase, if this is in the front row, choose one of your characters. This turn gets 4k power. Auto, pay 1, drop 1. When this attacks, you pay the cost. If you do this turn, this gets 2k power and the following ability. If your battle opponent becomes reversed, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent.
Pretty good standby target, actually. And we do see in the old Babylonia deck. In that, play this and that. In Babylonia, already played some blue cards and played some Mashu cards as standby targets.
Yeah, I think this is like really good in the standby deck. Specifically in the standby shell, I'd rate this a 4. Because it keeps your things alive, it makes them massive power, and it gives you the ability to, you know, deal damage just like when you attack.
Yeah, great, really great for standby.
So yeah.
Alright. 0-0 Da Vinci. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, you may draw a drop. And then auto, when this card is sent from stage to waiting room, if you have 2 or less cards in memory, you may choose 1-3-2 Da Vinci from your waiting room, send it to memory.
Yep, this is your engine to get the 3-2 to memory. And then the
Let's
secondary effect is just a very low value hand fix.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately not convinced that this package is going to be the play in any deck. So I'm just going to give this a 2 because I think it has its niche uses along with a 3-2, but at the moment, still not convinced.
Alright, 0-0 Da Vinci. When this is placed on stage from hand, mill 2. If there's a climax among them, you may choose up to one of your opponent's front row characters. This turn it gets minus 1k power. Pay 1, discard a climax to salvage a climax.
This is a 1-for-1 copy of a Mashu card from the Babylonia set. And that card was
literally
a
carbon copy.
It's a common.
Yep.
And they both have Chaldea
No.
trait.
Wait, was that card a common?
Wait, was it common? Okay, I don't remember. But
It's a rare.
okay, so you get a rarity downgrade.
Oh yeah. It also comes with an S. It has an SR, by the way. So it's literally a carbon copy, and Mashu has a foil, and Mashu's cuter.
Wait,
They also both have Chaldea trait, and the secondary trait doesn't matter to either of them. Literally wasted a card slot in this set.
yeah.
Completely pointless.
And you already have another. You already saw a Camelot CX swapper in yellow.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually going to give this a 1 out of 5 for no reason other than the fact that it's literally the exact same card word for word with a different card.
only pick it up if you're a Da Vinci simp. I mean, Da Vinci tier 3 sub. I forgot what platform we're on.
Yeah.
XD.
XD.
Tier 3 subs only.
Oh, we're about to get banned.
Yo, it's Ritsuka. Let's go.
We've said it a lot of times.
1-0.
Hit.
1-0
Oh,
Fujimaru.
God.
When you use this card's backup, if you have a Chaldea or Camelot character, choose on your battling characters, gets 1k counter. You guys 1k power. 2k backup.
Take it back up.
But it's Ritsuka. Doesn't get minus 500
Yep.
power from the Hassan. Let's go.
Okay, sir.
Not much to say. 2 out of 5.
Alright. 1-0 mash. Continuous. If you have 2 or more other Chaldea or Camelot characters, it's 2k power, so it's 6k. When it's attacked, if the level of the character across from this is 2, this turn just gets 6k power.
Wow, more level 2. More ways to tell your opponent's level 2 to screw off.
Fuck yo standbys.
It's so weird. Does 10k is 10k even enough? Or sorry,
That's
it's 12k.
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 Yeah, 12k
Yeah,
is.
is 12k even enough?
Yeah, for some decks, yeah. It forces your opponent to use a counter when all you did was just play a character free.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't even play this. Like, I'm not sure I would even consider this at all, just because it specifically says level 2. So
You can find a spot for it if you're playing Chaldea only.
Like, here's the thing. I think this card is great if the meta is entirely full of, like, standby and things that, you know, just play early play, like, level 2s at level 1. Like, I think it was Summer Pockets had the wind combo, P5 has their wind combo, stuff like that, just like 2 ones that come out early. But I'm not convinced that right now, even with, like, a lot of standby running around, I'm not convinced this is, like, an amazing card. So I'm unfortunately going to give this... You know what, I'll give it a 2 because it does have its niche uses and it might see play in depending on meta changes.
Good.
Alrighty. 1-0 Da Vinci. When this card attacks, choose one of your other Camelot or Chaldea characters. This turn it gets 500 power. X power, where X is equal to 500 times other, and this has Hand Encore. So it's a Shima card with Hand Encore.
You need power? This gives you power.
Yeah.
If you're playing blue.
I'd give this a 2 out of 5. The first effect, you know, generic. Has Encore, means you can make it pump power a turn and turn again.
If it survives
nice.
on your turn. Big if.
What do you mean? Just Encore on your own turn. Come on.
Oh, just go -1.
Awful. But yeah.
Alright, 0-0 mash. Continuous. All of your other Chaldea or Camelot characters get 500 power. Then auto. Ditch one. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost if you do draw one.
When you have a global 5, you want a good secondary effect. This is not a good secondary effect.
Yeah, it doesn't recur. The effect doesn't recur, so it's really not that good. Honestly, I give this a 1 out of 5. This is not a card you should be even considering. There's other better back row to play in that deck, or any deck.
Alright, 0-0 Fujimaru. Continuous. All of your other 0-0 vanilla mash gain the following 2 abilities. During your opponent's turn, this gets 1k power. Pay 1. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may pay the cost if you choose to one of your characters with Fujimaru in its name and this card. Stand them and swap their positions. And then this is when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may choose one of your other Chaldea or Camelot characters, rest it, and move it to an empty slot in the back row.
Alright, so Fujimaru is a clean cut, so he saves the Vanilla. Vanilla goes to the back row, and Vanilla can swap with the Fujimaru back to the front row. Then you have 4K1 in the front, and you have a clean cut in the back, so you can reuse your clean cut again next turn.
With the 2K clean cut.
Yes.
Ugh,
It's so painful.
it's such a bad gimmick.
It's so painful.
I'm giving this a 1 out of 5. I don't see it being used at all. Not unless you specifically want this funny gimmick in your deck.
Man, I don't understand, man. All you guys complain about is 2K clean cut, but Kagi is playing a 2K clean cut.
True.
Isn't that a runner too?
Shut up.
Alright. 0/0 mash. Auto. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay the cost. If you do choose one, choose your event in your waiting room, add it to hand. Your cost is ditch one. Then it also has act. Ditch one card, send this to waiting room. You may choose one Chaldea or Camelot character from your waiting room, add it to hand. Very cool.
Okay, you actually go.
Nido Bonder.
You lose a lot of hand playing the Mashu finisher top in. Oh, you don't want to go neg some more of the second effect. But the first effect gets a pretty relevant event for that set. For that stack.
Well, that effect also makes sure you have the 3/2s though. So I mean, if it's the difference between that and not having it, it's like pretty decent.
Yeah, I definitely like the bond itself is already good, and the second effect honestly does come in handy sometimes. So it's not like a bad effect to have, and if you don't use it, you can just sack it for the event, which is nice. So I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5.
All right. 1/1 Da Vinci. Continuous assist, level assist, and then 2 Chaldea and Camelot. And then comics combo. When the Pants comic is placed in your comics area, if you have another Chaldea or Camelot character, choose one of your other characters this turn, it gains the following ability. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, search your deck for up to one Chaldea or Camelot character, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, shuffle the rest of your deck afterwards. So it's like the
old
Assault Lily one.
No, more like the old TP Idolmaster Cinderella Girl one.
Oh yeah,
There
was
it
a
is.
thing, huh? Woo!
Is that the exact
What
same
does it-
card?
No, because that one's a global level assist to TP characters. What is this front level assist?
Unfortunately, I don't think this combo gets played. There's like any number of better combos to play. Hell, I'd probably play the Stella combo before this. So I'm unfortunately going to give this a 1 out of 5. Sorry, Da Vinci fans.
Sorry, Da Vinci fans.
It's cute though. Look at that smile.
Yeah, that's smug.
Confidence.
Yeah, Da Vinci better than Mashu.
Alright. 2/1 Romani. Pay 1, discard a Chaldea or Camelot character. When you use this card's backup, you can pay the cost. If you choose one of your opponent's characters whose level is higher than your opponent's level, send that character to the bottom of your opponent's deck. It's 1200 backup, so it doesn't anti-change counter.
Yo, it's Agile from Sora Online, and that anti-change backup sucks. It's very expensive.
I mean, it's just an anti-change backup. There's not much to say, to be honest. 2 out of 5. It exists.
People say it's anti-damage, but it's like you pay 3, discard 2.
Yeah, there's so much resources.
Oh my gosh, so much resources.
Alright. 2/0 event. If you don't have a character with Mashu in its name, you cannot play this from hand. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put them on look at the top 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them back on top in any order, and then you may choose one of your characters, send it to waiting room. If you do, you choose 2 2/1 Mashu climax combos from your waiting room, place them on stage and into any slot. So, you know, this is your DAS for putting out this 3/2 Mashu combo.
Yeah, this is what he means by you get double EP Mash for 0 stock.
Yeah. I think this event is actually what makes this entire package really feels nice to play, because this 2/0 event effectively just means you pay 0 stock for any of your mashes. And that's just really nice. And on top of that, you get to basically figure out your next 2 triggers and then rearrange them in the order you want to attack with.
Yeah,
I'd easily give this event a 4. just because of how good it is. It spawns two
Yeah.
2/1s
It is very
two
strong.
cards that cost basically 0 stock for the event, and then your character could be 0 stock or could have made its value already as a costed character.
Yeah, usually
But yeah, it's
events that
extremely strong.
gives you stock, you go minus, and
Mhm.
but this gives you lets you go even, and then basically refunds you 2 stock. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
And that is it for blue. And because promos are pretty short, we'll just go straight right into promos without any breaks. Is that fine?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, 0-0 Lion King. If all your characters are Chile or Camelot, this gets 1k power. Which is a generic 35.
Generic 35.
Jason, apparently we need a nose pick counter for you.
Let's see. I just scratched my nose. I have like a sinus infection.
Ooh, that's
Like,
good.
yeah. Sorry about that.
3. So it's basically just always a 3,500 beater.
Pretty bad.
I don't know. It feels kind of normal.
It's pretty
2
bad.
out of 5.
I don't think it's
You
even
know,
a 2 because
it's definitely a lot better.
We've seen 4K walls, 2 4K walls in this set already.
I mean, here's the thing. I rate it higher than a vanilla 003k.
It's not worth it, dude.
You're probably right. Oh, it has Lion King in the name. He's got a point.
It does.
Does have Lion King his name? I'll give you that.
Alright, so -1 because it's bad, but +1 because it's got the name.
Okay.
Okay. PR and Nidocris. Seen that art. Whew. Ooh, when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may send this to memory. If you do, at the start of your next drop phase, choose one of this card from memory and place it on stage in any slot. Time Machine.
Yo, Time Machine.
But Nidocris' shoulders, though.
Okay, Coomer.
Anyways. Yeah, seems pretty normal. I think I've seen this profile in like a number of sets. So, 2 out of 5. Oh, and this thing has Clock Encore if you ever like whiff and fail. It's great.
Oh, yeah, you clock on card. Oh. You get cost us +1 for all your other cost us +1 and all your stock charging.
Alright. PR is 0-0 Sound of Serenity. When a climax with a door trigger is placed in your climax area, you may choose one of your opponent's front row characters. This turn it gets -1k. And then pay 1, discard 1 card. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost. But you choose 1 Chaldea Camelot character from the waiting room, add it to hand. Then choose one of your other Chaldea Camelot characters. This turn it gets 1k power.
Did you buy this?
Yeah, did you buy this?
I did.
Okay. We saw a drop salvage from what was her name? Mordred?
Sanzo. Oh.
The Mordred, right?
The actual drop salvage? Yeah, Mordred.
Yeah, we saw an actual drop salvage as Mordred, but we also have Sanzo, so yeah. If you're playing Door, this might be more worth it.
I'm not sure the 1000 power is worth it in comparison to the versatility of the Sanzang, because it could be a drop searcher or it could be like effectively a drop salvager.
But if you're like me, playing a door,
You're memeing.
I like how he looked down too. You're memeing.
alright.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it a 2. It's got generic use, and then if
It's
you're
a
playing
San.
Doors, it's got
That's
extra
Serenity.
use. Yeah, Serenity's cute. I won't lie.
Yeah, she is. Alright. 1-0 mash. If you have 2 more other Chaldea or Camelot, this gets 2k power. And then during your opponent's turn, this gets 1k power.
7k on opponent's turn, 6k in your turn. Them all.
Yeah, it's a beater. I'm just gonna give it a 2. It's like it's not really impactful either way.
Whoa, man, these are high 2s. High ratings.
You would give this a
I'd
1?
probably give it a 1. Now this is a
Honestly,
card.
this. Yeah,
Alright.
this is a thing.
PR 0-0 mash. All of your other 1-0 set 1 mash comics get 1k power. And then auto, climax combo, discard 1 book from set 1 or pants for set 2 mash. Was placed on stage from hand, you pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 book climax swap between the book and the pants. Easiest way to put it. That's really strong. But they have that in set 1, right? For the
Yeah, they headed for
Book in the
Gilgamesh.
bar?
Also, it's also the same book, by the way.
Yeah, it's a box. This is a box topper.
This is not a box topper. This PR
No, this
is for the
Release tournament.
Release tournament.
Damn, that's a banger release tournament PR.
Yes.
Honestly, the artwork on this is amazing. The artwork, I honestly would give that artwork like 5 out of 5. Okay.
Armpit.
Yep. Stop exposing me, thank you.
But yeah, if you're playing
Anyways.
Mosh Waifu or Heavy Chaldea, this is definitely a card you want to pick up.
Yeah, if you're playing the level 1 combo from the first set, you 100% buy this card. Like, in that deck, this is easily a 4. Especially because it boosts the power on your old match too, making it a 7-5 on attack.
And 6-5
which, you know,
on
helps it
defense.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you give it again? Rating?
4. Just in the context of that deck.
And that's
Because
pretty good.
it's free CX swap. It's great.
It's great.
Can't go wrong with that.
Especially since your top end costs 0 stock. And that is it! We are now done with all 97 cards of Geo. I guess technically 92. Because we don't count vanillas in the CXs. How to get the promo? Okay, so if your store has Japanese promos, then all you gotta do is enter the store tournament that has that promo for the day, and then they give you the promo for free. Otherwise, you're gonna have to look towards some other third-party sources, like a online Japanese store, or other people that gets these promos and ask to buy from them. And there's that, and you won't be able to buy them for a couple more days, I believe, because the tournaments haven't started yet, because it's just released. Or maybe they start releasing this weekend.
They probably start happening this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
And you can probably find them on like some third-party stores.
Only
Come out
build
with
in
a
English?
commemoration
Okay, so if your store in English does get the promos for the tournament PRs,
It should be this, right?
and this should be the first one for.
Although ReZero didn't get theirs, but
They never got the CX Swapper, Amelia.
mm-mm.
That's what sucks to be a ReZero player. So
I mean, at least they did get the PR version of that counter instead of being a $70 Blu-ray
True.
promo.
So you should be getting this card in English. It's not 100%. Cross your finger, but you especially want to know if your store is hosting English tournaments, that they'll be able to get this card. Also, we don't know if... Wait, we do know Camelot's coming to English. That's right.
Yeah, we do.
We found out in the last stream. Alright, any other questions and concerns and comments from the viewers? I guess before we do that, let's get my final words here. Thank you, Justin, for coming on to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a great pleasure. I think you did a really good job today. Thank you to our sponsors, Nova TCG. As we mentioned earlier in the stream, they do have the Babylonia card singles up on their website, and you're able to buy the Camelot cards right now. Another thing they want to mention is, if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably won't notice this, but the Zombieland Saga playsets are restocked on their website. I don't know if they're still up for stock. Let's check that real quick.
They're all gone at this point.
Are they gone at this point? We'll find out. Nope, they're still there. So if you missed out on the Zombieland playset pre-orders earlier, you can still pick them up now.
Set's looking sick.
If you're on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably missed it. I don't know when you're watching this on YouTube. And also thank you to our other sponsor, Weiss Tea Time, who provides us with these slides every single show. Without her, Taya, from the Weiss Tea Time, we will not be able to host these as well as we can for you guys. So thank you to her.
Yep,
Any shoutouts you want to say, Justin? The floor is yours.
Not really, actually. Didn't really think about that before.
Shout out to Toronto Voice community. Something.
Yo, that's true. Yo, shout out to Toronto Weiss community for somehow funding my FGO addiction.
Shout out to anyone who provides him some more mosh foils.
Yeah, send some Lion King foils my way.
Don't worry, Sam. I didn't forget about you guys.